Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101.
Ahoy! Let's go! We're waking up Chicago. Turn up the radio. It's time to start the show. On Q101 with the morning crew. Ahoy! Let's go! Welcome to the morning show.
Let's go. It is 6:06, 63 degrees. Give you a full forecast and a Riot Fest updated forecast coming up when we do traffic here in just a few minutes because it is Riot Week. We're in full effect. It's coming up now. We can say tomorrow it all begins. Tomorrow with the lounge for Alkaline Trio. I'll be hosting that. And that starts off Riot Week officially for 5 days in a row of fun and debauchery. So we'll have the Alkaline Trio Lounge. We'll have tickets for that coming up at 8:50. One of your last chances to get in to the lounge. You can go to Q101.com and keep trying there as well. Let's go backwards to forwards. At 7:50 then, we will have Green Day in the lounge.
Ooh la la.
That's right. That's what they said when they found out they were doing it. Billy Joe said, ooh la la. He said, ooh la la. So 7:50, a song scramble coming up every day this week at 7:50. And boy, it's getting tight. And that is going to be Monday after their performance at Riot Fest on Sunday night. Coming up in about an hour at
Tell 'em,
7:10.
Brian.
7:10, we got more. We're not done. 7:10, myself and Kenzie hosting Raising Hell at Hell's Gate Haunted House. That'll be a week from Saturday after Riot Fest. And we have 4-packs tickets for that. And coming up in just a few minutes, also that weekend and a week after Riot Fest, Rise of the Roach Tour. Papa Roach and Rise Against down in Tinley Park. That'll be Saturday, September 27th. Tickets for that. So every hour we have all that. And coming up in just a few minutes starts off with the Rise of the Roach. Now, Amy checked in from Mundelein and said yesterday at this time, you announced that we were going to announce the Twisted lineup at one more event in Riot Week, the post-Riot Fest pop-up at the Cubby Bear on Sunday night, or Monday night, which we have not announced the band yet. We're going to announce it the second we get off stage at Riot Fest. So, Amy, thanks for checking in from Mundelein. It's very important that you brought this up. Because I said we had a meeting after the show yesterday.
This is a big announcement. Everyone listen up.
This is a big announcement.
Hey, before you make the big announcement, can
Yes.
I just say I'm so proud of you, and granted, there's still time left in the week for me to regret saying this. I'm so proud of you for not saying the band playing the pop-up by accident.
I almost did there.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm so proud of you for continuously not doing it.
Yeah.
It means a lot. Great job. However,
Before you say however, that's where our barometer of success is, just not mentioning something that we know that we're supposed to keep secret.
yes.
That's
Bingo.
Well, it's just not fair. They always tell us all this stuff, and they're like, it's secret, it's secret, it's secret. I go, do we just not want anybody there? Like, what are we doing? Why can't we just tell everybody everything? Guess
Well-
who that twisted?
Well, that's the pop-up is not up to us, which is why we're not telling people until the band.
But it just is hard.
I know it's hard, and that is why you're in the seat you're in. This is the big time. Sometimes you have to hold on to a secret.
And sometimes you're not on emails that
Secret. It's like being in the show Mean Girls. Like, what's going on?
sometimes you're not on the emails that tell you things. And sometimes I wish I was in the dark. Sometimes I wish I didn't know everything
I
either.
try to keep you in the dark. I
Yeah.
wish I didn't tell you anything.
Yeah, sometimes it's nice, but also I like knowing everything, and I'm relentless in finding this information out. And when I get it, I don't want it.
Yeah, you're a real Woodward and Bernstein.
No,
Yeah, you're really digging deep.
So, Amy checked in from Mundelein, and I do have something I don't do on the show very often. In fact, I probably can be counted on one hand. An apology.
Oh,
This is it. You can for sure count it on one hand because it's the only time it's happened.
Maybe one other one I can't remember, but at least very minimal. I am sorry because we're not announcing Twisted at the post Riot Fest pop-up on Monday night, like I said yesterday on stage we would do Monday night. Now, we are going to announce Twisted very soon. I overstepped my bounds. It led to
In a different way.
closed-door meeting on this one to make an apology and say we will announce Twisted when it's time to announce Twisted.
which is soon, because boy, is it coming up.
Yeah.
You should have seen the finger-pointed Brian at that meeting. It hurt my chest. I'm like, oh.
Went right through my chest into Kenzie's chest.
I'm like, stop it.
Yeah.
It was him.
Totally my fault. It was on me. My bad. My bad.
Because I remember when you said it yesterday, and I was like, I don't know if we're still doing that.
Hey, in defense, in defense of Brian,
Oh, thank you.
he
This-
didn't say this is what's happening. Set the date. He said I heard a rumor.
I did say that. You're right. I said a rumor. So thank you,
let's
Kenzie.
talk about all the rumors all of us have heard on the station coming up.
I don't want to. I don't want to apologize anymore. It's so hard to apologize, and you only apologize when you're truly wrong. Never apologize just to make someone else feel good.
That's nice. That's good advice for relationships and stuff.
But that's the truth. You should only apologize when you absolutely did something wrong.
I apologize constantly. I don't want anybody to be mad at me ever.
Well, that's wrong. You're going through life wrong there.
It's just easier to lead with "I'm sorry."
Well, that's sad and depressing. that's how you view everything.
Not everything's a battlefield, Brian. You can be like, oh, sorry, I left that sitting out there. Let me just grab it real fast. Like, it doesn't have to be a big thing.
But if I did leave that sitting out there, whatever that is, I would apologize for it.
Do you ever feel like apologizing for your existence? Because I feel that way a lot.
Well, that's a different story. So yeah.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q 101.
All right, we have our winner of the Rise of the Roads Tour tickets. So we'll have more tomorrow at this time. So just be with us. Every morning we'll take care of you early folks with Rise Against and Papa Roach. What a lineup. That's a week from Saturday. So after Riot Fest, you get something to look forward to right after, just that quick. We have a lot coming up, actually, as we talked about the Twisted announcement. So much coming up after even Riot Fest. But let's just sit back and enjoy Riot Week here. With Brian and Kenzie on Q101, it's time for a fact that makes your brain go, where's the boom? There it is. So here we go. The fact is this. Gen Z women are doing this before they get married more than ever in the history of the earth for that age range. So let's say it's 2025 right now. That age range of Gen Zers is 13. That's on the low end of thinking about getting married, of course, but to 28 years old. And Kenzie, you're in your early 20s, so you know. So Gen Z women are doing this more than ever before they get married. And again, from that age range, I know we call it Gen Z, but they didn't call it Gen Z in like the 40s. So whatever 13 to 28-year-old women were doing. So what do you think that could be, Kenzie, that they're doing this more than ever before they get married?
Okay, so my guess is, because I have seen in today's world, like online and stuff like that, a lot of girls have tried to be like, you know what? I'm going to start acting like a guy and see where that gets me. You see a lot of that. So I bet they're starting to say, yeah, I just need to get it out of my system while I'm young. I bet girls are going to start saying things like that and like being like, yeah, no, I'm just dating around a lot. Well, I mean, I just got to get it out of my system. I got to soil my oats, so I can be faithful when I'm married.
I'm not being nitpicky here. It's sow your oats, not
I don't know.
soil your oats.
Soil your oats is something else.
It could be related. Soiling your oats.
What's sow mean?
It's SOW, sow your oats. I think it means like it's just getting it out of your system. I'm going to go wild. So
What's the word sow mean? SOW.
I honestly don't know. I knew you were wrong in how you said it, but I don't know the.
Well, you're not that much more right if you don't know what it means.
I'm not trying to act smart here. So
Well, it's like spreading your seed.
sowing.
But that's what soiling is.
No.
It's
Like you
not.
spread it like I'm gonna soil my plants. Like you're like
Yeah, but it's different.
Why is it different?
Because it is.
But the definition you gave is very similar to soil.
No, very similar, but different.
Sow is like scattering. So scattering it on the earth like a thin layer of seeds on top. Kinda, yeah. Sow your oats. Going forward, let's say that.
So what are women doing, Kenzie?
I think they're like, they're out here in these streets and like, I'm going to get it out of my system. Like, I think they're trying to throw away the women have to be so pure, but then these guys need to 15 years to get it out of their system. Like, the whole...
Sowing your oats. That's what she's saying. Sowing your oats.
How it's different for guys. Like, boys will be boys energy. Like, people are getting really sick of that because it's like, well, you just have expectations of them. So I think girls are kind of like, okay, well, I guess I have to do the same thing.
I know what she's saying.
Okay,
you got it?
I kind of do.
Yeah. I mean, like in the 40s.
This is I feel like we evolved past this in the 60s.
I don't know if we did.
Not really.
Okay.
I mean,
do you know how many guys I know, and it's sad, I'm not saying it's right, who are like, oh, I wouldn't be with a girl if she slept more than 5 people, and they're over there with like
a
they
big
slept
number
with everybody.
Oh.
And I'm like, okay, like there's a lot of judgment on women for how long it took them to sleep with somebody, how many they've slept with. There's a lot of that on women, unfortunately, because like guys can do whatever they want.
As an advocate, I agree with Kenzie 100% on this. It's not fair.
Yeah, no, you just described somebody cool. That sounds like somebody you want to be with that, had some fun.
Well, but
Oh, I thought you meant the one who said he wouldn't date a girl.
No,
I'm like,
the
oh,
woman
I mean, if you think
sounds
he's cool.
No, the woman sounds cool. Oh, well,
Yeah,
okay.
I lived a life. Well, that's great. That's great that you think that way. But there's a lot of guys who are super judgy. Like, I know 2 people she slept with. I'm like, okay, well, you did that like 4 minutes ago. You slept with 2 people, but that's fine.
not many are as evolved as you, Case, in
Many
this
have said
situation.
this. Yes, yes.
You're
My advanced state of mind.
Your enlightened view, Not many men are like that.
Case put down his club as a caveman.
Tim Allen on Home Improvement. Arr, 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 arr. That's not, you're not that guy.
I am not that guy because I don't know what that was.
You never saw Tim Home Improvement, the TV show?
No, I've never seen that Tim Allen clip and thought, I should see more of this.
That's a damn funny show.
Tim Allen.
You can say
How
what
could you?
Look, if it's a complicated legacy for you.
I don't know. No, I don't know anything about him.
Oh.
The Santa Claus. You haven't seen the Christmas movie, The Santa Claus?
I've never heard of it. Isn't Santa Claus just like he's around? Yeah, you know what I mean? Isn't he just around?
No,
It's such a good movie. I think they made 3 or 4 of them. Like, it's a fantastic. You don't know who Bernard is from The Santa Claus?
you know what? There's a lot you got to catch up on.
Neil, it's a hilarious movie.
Home Improvement, very funny show.
Okay.
Santa Claus, great movie. I'm not sure about all of them. I've only seen the first one.
You know Molly Shannon from SNL?
Heard of her?
Oh my God, hilarious. She is in the Santa Claus too, and she's unhinged. It's one of the funniest scenes I've ever seen in my life. If you look up Tim Allen on a date with her, it's amazing.
So
amazing.
we'll catch up on all that.
Yeah.
Well, you bring up Tim Allen. Sorry, but
No,
I mean,
no.
it's probably one
You
of
didn't
his
do
most
anything wrong.
classic.
You didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah, calm down.
How about you burn me at the stake? I mean, good Lord.
Well, you're one of those people who slept with more than 2 people. I
That's
can't look at you the
right.
same
You've been
way
sowing
anymore.
your oats.
Yeah, sowing your oats over there. All right.
Soil it everywhere.
Okay. Soil or sow your oats. So, Case, let me get back to the question.
Yeah.
We had a long
I got a
side.
quick answer, so ask the question
A
again.
sidebar there is.
Yeah.
So Gen Z women are doing this more than ever before marriage. And I say Gen Z meaning, 13, but more on the top end of 28-year-olds in 2025 before they get married, more than any time in history of that age range of women.
Okay, I think they're getting tattoos. I think all these women are inked up now.
Interesting. Because I don't, there's a lot of tattoos. I think people in that age range got a lot of tattoos, like 90s girls did too. And I know people are getting tattoos a lot more today as well. I'm not going to analyze this.
Okay.
I'm just going to accept your answer and move on. Kenzie said sowing and soiling oats. Case said tattooing.
Yeah, don't change my answer for your
No, I'm not.
yourself.
When we come back after Imagine Dragons, we'll tell you what Gen Z women today are doing more than ever of women in that age range before they get married. 2 minutes away. Brian and Kenzie on Q101.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Coming up, we'll pour one out for one of the greatest American figures of all time that passed away yesterday. But first, a fact that makes your brain go. Gen Z women are doing this more than ever in the history of the earth of women of that age range before they get married. So that'd be 13 to 28 years old right now. And this year, obviously leaning a little bit more towards the later end of that age range when you talk about marriage. Kenzie guessed sowing their oats. Or soiling their oats. That's why I said that. I didn't want to say like a 13-year-old's out there sowing their wild oats.
Thank you.
It was definitely, if it would be that, if she's right, it would be the higher end of that age range. Kay said getting tattoos, which I'm not sure the age of consent for a tattoo in Illinois. I mean, I've seen 16-year-olds with tattoos. I don't know if a parent can sign and say they can get a tattoo or not.
They can.
You're both wrong on this one. The answer is, and it was a little bit leading because it ties in more to marriage than anything else. Gen Z women, more than ever in the history of the earth of that age range for women, are getting prenups before they get married. So obviously you're almost ready to get married. So 15% of Americans have signed a prenup. That's up 3% from 2010. But there's 40% of Gen Z women insist on signing a prenup before they get married. This, again, women in their mostly, let's say, 20s or 18 to 28 getting a prenup. They can cost a few $1,000s to do it, but there's even there's a site called Hello Prenup and Trusted Prenup. You can get them for about $600. And a prenup obviously is an agreement before you get married on the money situation, on if you get divorced, who's going to get what before you get married.
I mean, it's one of the number one things that they recommend doing for marriage. Like, even if things are good now, they always say it's better to have an agreement now versus when you're married. This is when you're willing to negotiate and be nice because you don't hate each other yet.
Well, I will go out there and say this. I did not listen to that advice. I have nothing. I have no prenup. We have no agreement.
I don't have one either.
Yeah, we have no agreement. I mean, Megan taught me what love was, and that's the truth. I'm not being sappy here. But to your point, Kenzie, when things go bad, that's what every contract is for, when things go bad.
People are usually in love while they're getting married. Everybody thinks they're special. Like, not me. And it's like, no, everybody felt like that while they were getting married. So. Yeah.
It is kind of weird to have a sit down to kind of go, well, listen, I love you, but when it all goes south, I want the rogue. I want the 2019 rogue.
If you sleep with the gardener.
Yeah.
If you sleep, Yeah, I don't think you will.
It's so bizarre to think to sit down and do that, and I'd be curious people that have done that if it's awkward or weird.
I disagree.
You disagree? So you think it's fine?
I love a woman with assets. I love a woman that has something going on, has a little bit in the bank, and I also know how I am, and I know that I am grading. So protect what you got, honey. Not going to bother me at all if you sit me down and say, I need to protect my assets.
Mm-hmm.
Well, okay, sounds like an easy mark here in the wedding situation. They'll just go, cool.
Yeah, well, what if a beautiful woman wants to spend time with me? You can protect a little bit. I don't mind.
You don't want to wet your beak with some of her assets?
I want some of her assets, not all of them. She can protect what she needs to.
Oh, some of her assets, right. I mean, I'd feel weird anyway divorcing someone and going like, yeah, but you're going to give me about $2,000 a month.
Oh, I don't think you'd feel weird if you were in that situation. I think you would revel in that.
Especially because you have to understand, a lot of these, right now, you love Megan. If Megan pissed you off, if she slept with one of your brothers.
A good example.
You know what? Boom. I would like all this and I would like all that. Because a lot of divorce comes from a very angry place, right?
Yep.
So, then you end up not caring.
And she's got stuff, too. She's got assets.
Oh, way more than you.
I know. She should have got a prenup.
Yeah. Bad job out of her.
It goes back to the Seinfeld episode.
You didn't need a prenup.
Where George asked for a prenup, and she goes, hell yeah, I make more than you. Hell yeah, I'll sign bring me the papers. I'll sign whatever you want.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
A lot coming up in sports with the Chicago Cubs. Today, a very special day with your Chicago Cubs. But before we move forward and play some Nirvana, we have to pour one out.
How do I say goodbye?
An American icon, American legend, and actor. This happened during the show yesterday, so it was later in the show. We gave a pour one out yesterday, so we felt like we needed to do it again for a guy of this caliber. Robert Redford died. The great actor passed away at the age of 89. No word on the cause of death. His rep said he died in, quote, the place he loved, surrounded by those he loved in Utah is where he was. That's where he lived at the end. Now, the thing about Robert Redford is it doesn't matter how old you are. We love that our audience has a vast age range from, super young to super old. And he has a movie in every generation that people can associate with. If you go back to Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, All the President's Men, 3 Days of the Condor, and The Sting in the 60s and 70s. You get to the 80s, he directed Ordinary People. He went on to direct a movie that I recommend huge. Case is going to figure out a movie for next week to watch of Robert Redford, but A River Runs Through It, where he's the director and narrator of that movie, starring Brad Pitt. Kenzie's movie, The Horse Whisperer.
Yes.
Now, remember, he's whispering, dumbass. Remember that.
Yes.
That's right. It's not the horse yeller. He's the horse whisperer.
He's like, what is he talking to him? I'm like, no. Oh, my gosh.
He directed the Legend of Bagger Vance. He directed that. But then the sports movies, The Natural, Out of Africa, Indecent Proposal, he was in that. And even more recently, if you're someone that just likes the Marvel movies, you might just know him as Alexander Pierce from Captain America, The Winter Soldier. He covered like 5 decades of movies, and all of them were so different. Another movie I recommend huge that might not be on everybody's radar, Spy Game. And he's also with James Gandolfini in The Last Castle, one of James Gandolfini's few movies that he did, because of Sopranos, obviously, is Tony Soprano.
Yeah. Spy Game was him and Brad Pitt, right?
Yes.
Haven't seen it, but that sounds like a winning combination if I've ever heard one.
And pretty young in Brad Pitt, like it's 2001 Brad Pitt, not long after Fight Club came out,
Okay.
I guess. So really good movie that people don't probably talk about enough. So yeah, Robert Redford, I mean, total American legend icon. Here's a piece of clip from the Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid that was one of the ones that showed Paul Newman and him. He was so effortless in his acting and blended with the other actors so well. They're on the edge of a cliff. They're running from, the guys that are chasing them because they're outlaws. And they're trying to decide whether they should jump off the cliff to escape. That's the scene here.
Well, the way I figure it, we can either fight or give. If we give, we go to jail.
I've been there already.
No, we'll jump.
Like hell we will.
Well, we got to, otherwise we're dead.
Get away from me.
Why?
I want to fight him.
All right, I'll jump first.
Nope.
Then you jump first.
No, I said.
What's the matter with you?
I can't swim.
Why, are you crazy? The fall will probably kill you.
Oh, you got to see that movie, Case. I'm not saying it's a movie you're going to watch next week for Robert Redford, but
I like the sound of their voices. I don't know when we lost that, but voices don't sound like that anymore.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's a good point. Like in movies now, you have to keep the captioning on because their voices don't matter as much.
Well, that's a whole separate. Modern movies, the way they're lit and the way that they're mixed with the audio. I don't know what happened. We lost the ability to do either of those in any sort of correct
you're
way.
a director from the 60s?
I go see a lot of modern movies now. I see contemporary films, and let me tell you, they all look bad. I don't know what happened. They all sound bad. I don't know what happened.
I've heard from an insider, this could be wrong, that the sound is worse because they outsource it now for it's cheaper. Even though a movie might cost $100 million, they have outsourced people do it.
Save $15.
Yeah, that's right. and that's why sound is. How many of us seriously raise our hand watching TV at home have the captions on? And you're not a 70-year-old person. I do too. I have it on there in football games. Even I don't know why, but I just leave it on all the time now. I feel weird when the captioning isn't on anymore.
Oh, well, that's because that's your equivalent of reading now.
Yeah, if it counts.
That's the closest you get.
If it counts, I'm doing awesome with reading. There's another piece of audio I want to play. This is super powerful. This is Robert Redford from his 2002 Lifetime Achievement Award speech at the Oscars. And this is only not even a year after 9/11, so you can kind of feel what he's relating to here when he talks about it. But when this guy talks, you just listen. To your point, his voice makes you go, I got to listen to that guy. This guy's saying something important,
As we can see, the world around us is in a sea change. It's just simply not the same world anymore. And as we all struggle to find our way with it, to get a grip, to make sense out of the chaos and the destruction and the tragedy, one word that emerges is the word freedom, its importance, its rarity, and how fortunate we are to have it, to be able to be part of a freedom of expression that allows us as artists to tell our stories in our own way about the human condition, the complexities of life. The world around us is a gift and not one to be taken lightly. But then I think the glory of art is that it can not only survive change, but can lead it. As an artist, I just can't think of a better life than the one that I've been blessed with.
Wow. Beautiful.
Beautiful speech. Relates today, too. Keeps relating all the stuff he says. His voice.
Brian.
Yeah, it's funny how things in time and a moment after 9/11, you think he's going to say something like that, and I get why he said that. And now there hasn't been a 9/11 in 24 years, but it relates to a lot of stuff that's going on right now.
You would have hoped it would have become outdated. And that's so silly to look back on.
Like maybe they would have listened to him and then said, let's make the earth better. And then we
24 years later, we did not do that.
No, we didn't. Here we are. Everything's fine.
But next, this Friday, obviously, I'll be watching Goodfellas for the 35th anniversary of that movie. Next week, I'll do a Robert Redford movie. Please text in. Let me know what you'd like me to watch. I am leaning All the President's Men because I've heard of that movie and it sounds very cool. But I'm open to suggestions. I want to do the one that people want me to do the most.
Oh, there you go. There's a lot of choices. So text them in 312-591-8300. Brian and Kenzie on Q101.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.